On today's show, I have Mirzo from UNDP joining me in the studio to talk about Goal 13 of the Sustainable Development Goals. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you very much for invitation. And today is a special day. I think I need to use this opportunity to special day of International Women's Day. So I congratulate all mothers and women of Papua New Guinea with this special day, and God bless all mothers of Papua New Guinea.
So what is Goal 13 of the Sustainable Development Goals, and what is the status of Papua New Guinea in relation to the goal?
It's a really good question. When we talk about this climate change, the Sustainable Development Goal 13, this is about taking urgent actions towards combating climate change, and by regulating emissions and doing some adaptation and mitigation actions by all communities. And I think that climate change itself, this is something that significantly affecting not only just many people, the planet, the Earth, because you know all these many problems merging around the globe. Somewhere happening the rise of temperature, floods, deforestation, forest degradation, and all these many problems affecting people's life as well. That's why the global community came to the decision that they need to take urgent actions. And last year, not last year even, I remember in September 2015, yes, the post-2015 agenda started. And then Papua New Guinea was one of the leading countries out of 88 countries initiated these discussions on future we want. That was one of the major steps of our country on Sustainable Development Goals, which is led to adoption of the Sustainable Development Goals in December, right? And then after that, all these many countries, 194 countries, they just started aligning their national strategies, laws, legislations towards tackling climate change. This is about adapting people, or I would say the users or end users, or affecting by the impacts of climate change, and taking some actions towards regulating emissions.
And what are some of the initiatives done by UN and its partners?
Basically, UNDP in Papua New Guinea, they've been implementing projects on climate change adaptations and mitigations, and my project is related to climate change mitigations, namely reducing emissions from deforestation and forest degradation. This is something new, for people, and I think the message here is REDD+, shortly we say the REDD+, is about sustainable development, covering people's life, saving forests, how to effectively and successfully manage this forest. Because you know that Papua New Guinea is one of the third largest tropical countries in the world. 80% of the country covered by forests, and 60% of which intact. This is one of the key thing. Forests, they provide food. Forests, they provide air to breathe, right? Forests, they provide everything. This is one of the things that we've been undertaking within the UNDP. And REDD+ is supported by one of the funding sources, which is aligned with United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. And this funding source is supported by the World Bank's Forest Carbon Partnership Facility. Shortly saying that we've been doing policy approach, national approach, to do policy and measures at the national level to make sure that the government is in line with its obligation within the global treatment, UNFCCC. This is one. And the second one is to establish capacities to effectively manage REDD+ in the country. And the third thing is to develop national REDD+ strategy, which is currently underway. This is very important.
And how can Papua New Guineans, or what can they do to make this goal a realization, or what?
Towards achievement of this, SDG 13, Papua New Guinea started working some years ago, since 2008, when Papua New Guinea and Costa Rica, they raised issues of climate change at the global level. And all other countries, parties of UN, they agreed and they took up to the global agenda of climate change, this REDD+, right? And since at that time, the country has been developing number of policies, legislations, national strategies, such as a climate change competitive development strategy, Climate Change Management Act, and they established special designated national authority like Climate Change Development Authority dealing with climate change coordination. So I think this is a key milestone of the government in the country towards achieving this goal. So we have this authority now, and we've been providing this support to the government in terms of building capacity, and in the future by having this national REDD+ strategy, which is in line with national strategies of Papua New Guinea to achieve, at least to contribute to this SDG 13, which is about tackling climate change.
Great. Well, Mirzo, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for coming in and letting our viewers know what Goal 13 is about.
Yes, thank you. And my last message to the people would come from Henry Ford's quote, which is, coming together is a beginning, staying together is the progress, and working together is success. We want to achieve this SDG 13, we need to do it together. Thank you.
Thank you so much.